Thank you. This is the voice of Lee Humble on the podcast The Journey, Chapter 2, on Being Good, Book 2. In the last chapter, we try to take you around this very important aspect of which every humankind wants to be associated with, and that is being good. We posed a simple question relative to that. Are you a good person? In this episode, we want to take this conversation further to appreciate a deeper understanding of this concept of being good. Surely, not everybody gets the time to ask himself this simple question. And today, I want you to take this trouble. I want you to make time, work on your nature of goodness, stand in front of that mirror, look at yourself through the reflection of that mirror, and ask yourself, am I a good person? I promise you, if you do this sincerely, something will just beat inside your heart. Unfortunately, most people don't even care to ask themselves these questions. And I wonder why. Perhaps we don't ask these questions because, number one, we think we already know the answer. And a person who already knows doesn't think it is necessary for him to even get into the trouble of asking himself the question. There is a difference between what you think you know and what is actually the truth. Assumption of knowledge is not the same as knowledge. It is sad indeed that most people, their knowledge base is based on assumption. Let me just ask you this simple question. If we take away things you assume you know, and the things you have been told, and the things you conceive to be true since your childhood, if you take these things away from your knowledge base, you tell me or tell yourself, what exactly do you know? Knowledge has to go through tests. Information you receive, you have to test it before it becomes real knowledge. Otherwise, you will have a lot of information that would give you a perception, an assumption that doesn't necessarily have to be true. So why don't you start by asking yourself this question, am I good? That will trigger the curiosity in you, and you will then come to a conclusion after this exercise and say, yes, indeed, I am a bad person. That is, of course, one of the results. Another result would be, after the exercise, you say, I am not as good as I thought I was. Really? And also, another result could be, I'm not even better than the very bad people in my area. You see, all these things are possibilities you would only come to know if you engage yourself in the mental exercise of trying to find out whether you are truly good or you are just assuming you are good. Write this one down. It will probably be one of the most important things you will hear today. Alright? It is. Here it goes. If you fail to understand, you would get lost in the activity. That's right. Now let me repeat this statement again. If you fail to understand, then you would get lost in the activity. What it means is, if you are always engaging in some concept that you don't understand, then you will just do anything. You will just get lost in the web. And anytime new things would come and you would just move, but without understanding, people perish. I know many people who deem themselves very religious. And guess what they are doing? They are engaging in some of the most devilish acts, some of the most heinous acts, some of the most barbaric acts on the surface of the earth, all in the name of religion. These people think they are good. They are doing things for the goodness of God. Sometimes they will shout the name of God, shout the name of Allah before they commit that heinous act. Oh, these people think, in fact, they believe they are good. I know many people who hate and curse on other people because they think they are doing it for the goodness of God. In the name of religion, my friend, we have done some of the most barbaric acts. Many people are lost in the web. They are lost in the activity because they don't understand the concept. If you just understand what Allah wants with this religion, I am sure we wouldn't find so many people acting heinous acts in the name of religion. It is a basic thing. My Allah wants peace. He wants to protect property. He wants to protect humanity. He wants to protect lives. This foundation should be, or it is, the foundation of God. And if you don't understand this concept, anybody would just quote the Quran and ayat onto you, and he will make you commit the most heinous act onto the earth. Simple thing, understand the concept, and you don't get lost in the activity. Therefore, I am proposing that you understand the concept of goodness, so that you don't get lost in doing some things and you believe to be good. So, what does it mean to be good? I know you want to be good. Everybody wants to be good. But what does it mean to be good? You know you are good after you know what it means to be good and decide to be good anyway. Probably this is one of the most profound things I have said today. Let me just repeat that. You know you are good when you know what it means to be good and decide to be good anyway. You have to be clear. You have to choose. Being good has to be a matter of choice. And to choose something, you have to be abreast, you have to have knowledge and understanding of what that is, so that you know the package, and then you sign the contract, and then you get into the act. And whatever comes, you know, yes, this is what I signed up for. And my friend, believe me when I tell you, being good is a package. It comes with certain package. And that package is not all El Dorado as most people think it is. And I'm going to share some few points of what the package of being good comes with. And it comes with some package. Well, some of them good, but some of them not very good. So, what does it mean to be good? Of course you want to be good. The question is, what does it mean to be good? Jot these points down. Number 1. Being good means sacrificing your own peace, your own happiness for some other people. Sacrificing and servitude. They say a good person is a servant of a person he is being good to. That is number one. For you to say, I am going to be good, then you have to prepare, get ready to sacrifice. And you should understand, sacrifice is the ultimate expression of love, good love. That is why the Prophet sacrificed his peace of mind for 23 years. You have to understand, sacrifice is the uttermost, is at the pinnacle of expression of goodness. Man, if you are not ready to sacrifice, then you ain't ready to be good. That is number one, sacrifice. Number two, being good. I know this point is going to tickle a rib, but listen to it. Being good means being bad. Now that is quite a paradox, isn't it? To be good means I prepare to be bad. But how can being good and being bad be on the same boat? It cannot be. It should be like life apart. This one goes left and this one goes right. I don't know for what reason. Goodness always goes with right, bad goes with left, so that they don't meet. But in this case, my friend, they do. Being good means being bad. Now, what do I mean by this profound statement? Listen to this. We live in a relative world. And when I say relative world, what I mean is everything is done in a context. And it is in relation to something. Nothing is absolute. The only absolute being is the Almighty. When we say Allah is good, it means He is good to everybody. He is good to the Muslim, He is good to the Christian, He is good to the Jew, He is good to even people who don't believe He exists. So His goodness is absolute. In this relative world, if you decide to be good to one person, then you have just decided right that time to be bad to another person. It may be unconscious, you don't even mean to be bad for the other person. But hey, you have just taken a side. If you decide to be good to one person and sacrifice your time for that person, you can't sacrifice the same time to another person. You can't be everywhere at the same time. So deciding to be a good to one person, it means you are signing up to be bad to the other person. A classic example. During the era of the Prophet ﷺ, there was this war warrior, and he was called Khalid ibn al-Walid, right? Khalid ibn Walid was a great warrior. Everybody knows him. And he was feared by the Muslims because they know that Khalid ibn Walid is a dangerous enemy. They called him enemies because he was with the kuffars. He was good to the kuffar and the Quraysh. And my friend, he did kill a lot of Muslims. He was a warrior, a hero to the kuffar, but a serious enemy to the Muslims. But as time went by, something interesting happened. He decided to be good to Muslims. And right that minute, that decision to be good to Muslims shook the feet of the Quraysh. And instantly he became enemy to the Quraysh. And everybody who then became a Muslim became a friend of him. So you see, deciding to be good means you are being a bad person to the other. A hero of one person is the villain of the other. You have to understand that and decide, who am I going to be good to? And when you decide that and you don't care what other people will say, it is very important you take the stand. History always remembers kindly people who stand on their ground for the decision they make. I have decided to be good, to take this side and be good to it. I don't care what the other side says or does. And there will be some actions from the other side. Good people don't care what comes from the other side. I have made up my mind. I'm going to be good to this group of people. I don't want to hurt other people, but hey, I am committed to these people. Decide whom you are going to be good to. If you say, I am going to be good to everybody, then you are being a fool. You understand what I'm saying? So, my friend, decide to be good and decide whom you want to be good to. This is a very important aspect of being good. Decide and don't care what the other side does. That is just the way it is. Number 3, being good means being hurt, being disappointed, being rejected, being taken for granted, being heartbroken, being subjected to mockery and deceit. That is what being good to. You see, you have just decided to let go of others and be good to this group of people. And you were thinking, once I have decided to be good to them, they are going to be good to me back. It doesn't work that way. How does it happen? Why this? This would be a discussion of our next episode in My Journey, the episode. Thank you for your audience. This is the voice of Lee Humble. Assalamu alaikum. End of chapter 2.